Hey there guys, welcome back to another video of Train Terms Talk Show. Now if you're wondering about this camera here, this is not the camera on a phone, it's standing on a tripod or anything. This is the camera of my computer that I use for video editing mainly and to upload videos. This computer right here is used for my YouTube channel. That's pretty much the only reason why I am on a computer. I'm not on a computer to browse anywhere or to watch videos. I'm only on it for my YouTube channel. That's literally it. Other than that, if I had no YouTube channel, I would probably never have a computer in my life. But anyway, here, welcome to episode 23 of Train Terms Talk Show. Man, I've always loved making this series. One of my favorites. And today we are learning about distributed power, or what some other rail fans call distributed power units, or DPU. So without further ado, let's move on. Oh, and before I do that, consider subscribing for more awesome content. And you could always turn on notifications to never miss an upload at all. So, now, without further ado, let's get this started. So anyway, what the heck is a DPU? Well, take a look at this photo. As you can see here, this locomotive, it is running long hood forward, but it's not pulling the train this time. But it's pushing at the end of the train. That's exactly what a DPU is. It's pretty much a locomotive. It's pretty much like a group of power that is put in the middle or the end of the train. When you see one at the end of the train, they just call it end of train DPU. And when it's in the middle, like this one, it is called a mid-train DPU. Well, sometimes now, the mid-DPU can be put closer to the end, but it doesn't necessarily have to be exactly in the center of the train. It can be closer to the end or just not even at the center at all. But if it's not at the very end of the train, then it's still considered as a mid-train DPU. There's no other name for that at all. And that's all there is to it. Thank you for watching. Okay, I get it. You want an actual episode of the DPU. Alright, well, I'll give you one. I will give you one. DPUs can be found at the following countries: in the United States, Canada, China, Australia, Brazil, Germany, Russia, Japan, and South Africa. The technology of distributed power units was made in the 1960s and has been dominated by one company called Harris Controls, which was originally Harris Corporation, Controls and Composition Division, later purchased by General Electric and what is now known as GE Transportation. And they have also manufactured and made a patent radio control system, and it is called locotrol, which is very similar to a DPU. Probably the same thing, I think. Distributed power units can be seen on various types of trains. They can be seen on coal trains, empty or loaded, because coal is one of the heaviest types of loads out there on trains. It can also be seen on mixed freights, on long mixed freights. Sometimes they will set it up with one unit up front and one pushing in the middle. So, there's something called setups. Like when a rail fan says, there's a train headed your way, it's a coal train, and has a 2x1 setup. What they mean by that is that there are two units in the front, like this, and one serving as the DPU. Take a look here at my custom-made NREX F40PH, which I did on a video. If you want to see that, the link will be in the description. And right behind it is this chassis system GP38-2. These are the two units up front. And all the way over here is your DPU, an ATSF SW1.
So what they mean by 2x1 setup is like 2 up front and 1 in the back. Now, however, though, that can always vary. There can be a 2x2 setup. You never know. There could also be a 3 or 4, anything. Like, it can matter. I've seen 3x2 setups. I've even seen a 3x3 once. There can be 4x2 setups, anything you can think of. Just anything. So if you ever hear someone say, you know, like, CN crude oil is clear of Tolono with a 1x1 setup, that means there's 1 unit in the front and 1 pushing in the back. And the one in the back is that DPU. Now, if it's in the middle, though, it can still be considered as a 1x1 setup. But if all the locomotives are up front, say 3 locomotives up front and none in the back, that would be a 3x0 setup. So just want to let you all know on that. So there you go.
So anyway, guys, there you go. Now you know about the DPU. So when you see a locomotive pushing in the middle or end of a train, you can tell your buddies, oh yeah, that's called a distributed power unit. And then you can tell some of these interesting facts that I've said to you. And I also showed you about setups as well. And apparently, I believe locotrol is pretty much the same thing as a DPU. It's just a different name for it. Yeah, man. Over there are some tracks. I live about a mile from them. I hear about 4 to 5 trains daily. I live by the BNSF Beardstown sub, and all they run are coal trains. They have an occasional local that runs on Tuesdays and Thursdays. There's a northbound local too that runs on Wednesdays and Fridays, but every single day I always see a DPU on that line. Coal load is one of the most important. So when you go out to see a coal train, you are pretty much almost guaranteed to see a DPU in the middle. CSX uses them in the middle sometimes. BNSF uses them in the back. And CN also uses them in the back as well. Sometimes in the middle too. It all depends. It all depends. It just all varies. Well, anyway, I know this hasn't been a very long episode, but don't worry, guys. There will be more episodes in the future. Definitely some ones longer than this, but I mean, I'm running out of ideas for my YouTube channel, so I came up with this. A bonus Train Terms Talk Show episode. You can call it a bonus episode of distributed power units. And here soon I will get to the liveries of Union Pacific. Other than that, guys, I hope you all enjoy, and remember to consider subscribing to never miss awesome content, and I will see you all later in the next video.